In 2024, UK and Germany pondered on tightening limits on importing hunting trophies. As a response, Botswanan president of that time, Macleod threatened Germany to send them 20,000 elephants. The threat was never a real one, because how in the name of God would you be able to transport them in the first place? This statement was always rather a warning and a message to the world. What does it actually mean to live next to elephant groups? You see, it's neither easy nor safe. Elephants are smarter than you think they are, and they follow some peculiar rules. Botswana is a country located in the southern part of Africa. Although it's bigger than Spain, it's scarcely populated with only 2.5 million inhabitants. 20% of them live in the capital Gaborone or in close proximity. Botswana is also home to the biggest number of African bush elephants, around 130,000. It roughly equals one elephant for 19 Botswana. It already seems like a lot, but the vast majority of elephants lives in the northern part of the country. Ngamiland and Chobe districts located up north have only 230,000 inhabitants combined. It lowers the ratio to one elephant for two people. It's like every family of four lived together with two elephants. It seems fun until it isn't. Daily diet of an elephant consists of 150 kilos of various vegan food, mainly tree bark, and at least 100 liters of water per day. Although an elephant can amazingly drink those 100 liters in only 3 minutes, eating is much more of a challenge. To consume such a crazy amount, elephants spend most of their days just on eating, similar to Americans. However, up to half of it may leave the body undigested, which means that elephants not only eat a shit ton, but also leave a ton of shit. I don't have the exact data about Americans, but a similar pattern cannot be ruled out. When you live on the desert, finding a savanna that will meet your nutritional needs can be quite tricky. That's why elephants turn their eyes and trunks into farming fields. They are aware that they belong to humans, so they choose to launch a raid at night, similarly to drunk tourists in big cities storming kebabs and Burger Kings. In a result of such a raid, a single field can be destroyed in just a few hours. That's why some 24-hour-a-day fast food restaurants employ bodyguards for nighttime. As for the farmers, sometimes they are helpless against elephant raids, even with their children's help. And on average they lose 1/6 of their household income, which buries them in extreme poverty. Elephants are very perceptive and clever. Thanks to vibrations, they realized that the pipelines buried in the ground transport water to towns and villages. In some places, they started to dig around them and use their tusks to make small holes in pipes to get to the water. It's like elephant water tax. Give us some to meet the 100 liters quota. Several people in Botswana are killed by elephants every year. Communities that live in northern villages are often afraid to let their children go to school, as usually they have to cover from 5 to 10 kilometers twice a day. Even adults aren't safe, as elephants' maximum speed can reach 40 kilometers per hour, although for a very short distance. To counter the danger, a non-profit organization EcoExist runs 2 buses, or rather minivans, to help children get safely into schools. It also helps people who need medical treatment but are afraid to go to a medical center. Elephant brains consist of 250 billion neurons, 3 times more than human ones, and have enormous hippocampi, which are mainly linked with emotions and memory. Coming back to the starting point, it's incredibly difficult to manage elephants' population. if you're about to kill an elephant, you must do it along with all others that belong to the herd. Otherwise, elephants will mourn their family member and will become extremely hostile and aggressive towards people and human-built structures. Sending elephants away to neighboring countries also isn't a valuable option, as they will simply come back to the same place on their own. Isolating young elephants could be even worse, as elephants' social hierarchies are very well developed and established. So let's now revisit the statement of sending 20,000 elephants to Germany or wherever else outside Africa. During research I gained enormous admiration for those mighty animals. Actually, they may have become my favorites, but it's easy to cherish them being on the other side of the world, like in UK or Germany. And it's so easy for those countries to act like they are morally superior by thinking they care about animals. In general, the African bush elephant numbers plummeted in last 100 years, mostly due to illegal hunting and losing natural habitat. But some local populations, like in Botswana, have actually skyrocketed. Illegal ivory hunting there is severely punished. Culling is very restricted, and between 2014 and 2019 there was actually a complete ban on killing elephants. But the ban was lifted due to the protests, because in Botswana there's still a lot of poor communities for which ivory trading is a substantial part of income and key to their survival. Stricter European bans on ivory target them directly. That's why Botswanan president issued such a so-called threat. It would be too easy to say that everyone loves elephants for their intelligence and extraordinary abilities. The daily coexistence of people and grey giants remains extremely tricky and fragile. But no matter what their stance is, everyone should respect elephants. Lions are called kings of the jungle, which is funny considering they don't even live in the jungle. But maybe it's time to start calling elephants the kings of land animals. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to leave a like and spread the word to your friends about my channel. And if you're driven by curiosity like me, you can watch my previous video about numbers that are real and are not real at the same time, and that we actually use them vastly in many fields. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day.